Meet entrepreneur, author, and award-winning professor Craig Wortman. Three-time CEO and entrepreneur Craig Wortman inspires and delights audiences all over the world on the topics of entrepreneurship and selling, storytelling, and leadership, bringing them to life through the powerful stories he tells. Craig is the founder and CEO of Sales Engine, a firm that helps companies build and tune their sales engine. He's the author of What's Your Story?, a book that teaches leaders and sales professionals how to use stories to connect, inspire, and overachieve. Craig is a clinical professor at the University of Chicago Booth School of Business, where he teaches entrepreneurial selling, ranked by Inc. magazine as one of the top 10 courses in the United States. Craig is a leader. Craig is a three-time CEO. He successfully grew and sold 2 companies, and now he runs Sales Engine, a company that helps firms build and tune their sales engine. As a clinical professor at the University of Chicago's Booth School of Business, Craig also designed and teaches a course called Personal Leadership Insights that looks at the knowledge, skills, and discipline that serve as a foundation for developing one's own leadership capital. In his book, What's Your Story?, Craig tells his story as he helps leaders learn how to tell theirs to achieve their objectives all over the world. Craig has engaged audiences worldwide on the topic of leadership and building leadership capital, and he continues to explore how leaders develop in his work with students and executives.
One of the core frameworks of what I teach and what I do is if you picture just 3 bubbles: knowledge, skills, and discipline. If your life, if your work, if your marketing, if your selling is in balance, it has a good combination of those 3. But if you don't have these other 2 in balance, skill and discipline, you're not going to be successful as a leader, as a human, or as a business person.
Your job as a leader is to add some of that context back into the bullet points, such that your people know what to do with it.
You have to work to have that quiver of arrows on your back at all times. In your marketing department, in your brands, as leaders walking around, you got to have that quiver on your back at all times, and you have to work for that.
One of the questions I love asking leaders one-on-one is, what about your story doesn't belong anymore?
Facts are truth. This is the truth. I think this is where we leave it oftentimes, as leaders and as companies. We leave it here. We can't do that. We've got to create context for people.
How many people are going to remember this tomorrow morning? You will. Okay, good. 1. Okay, you're going to remember this. Good. Here is the story of this conference. Here's what I learned. I got a set of tools. We talk a lot about risk.
One of the things that we often talk about with leaders like you is that we talk about, well, here's how to inspire people. Here's how to motivate people. Here's how to give people information that you need them to know. Here's how to help them change their behavior. But what about us? What about us as leaders? What do we need to do? How do we motivate ourselves? How do we stay sharp? We're under this, you especially, I mean, you're on the pitcher's mound, right? So you're buried in all this data and this information and ASAs and inventory and everything else. And you're in the middle, you're the crux of that. How do you motivate and inspire yourself? Integrity, education, a little. And I was just about to say I'm a coach, right before you said that. A little bit of mental illness, she said. That's great.
If you've got a set of facts, that's the kernel. That's the core truth. And then you wrap a story around it. And that's what people connect to. That's how people make meaning. That's what I think we need to do. Is take this set of facts, dress it in story, go for it, and make meaning. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for spending some time with us. We look forward to working with you, so please contact us for more information.